I just spent 2 hours of my life. Not really 2 hours. Probably 1 hour though. We wrangled all of the chickens out of my high tunnel so that I can start seeds. And we put them in there. And I just was thinking, I didn't get any footage of us wrangling them because it's chaotic and stressful, and I should really do it at nighttime, but I just don't have it in me. So we do it the hard way in the daytime. Don't worry though, the door broke, and now more than half of the chickens are back out. So if I turn the camera on, I might be less likely to lose my religion because I've had enough. I'm not having fun anymore. All right, kitty, you cannot go with me. Get down. Well, I'm going to ignore that problem and let the boys handle it because I mentally can't, you know. It's the end of the day, and no, I already did that once. I'm not doing it again. You could say that I'm slightly running behind on planting my peas, and by slightly, I mean I never meant to let them get like this. Now the chickens have pruned some back for me, whether that be good or bad, but I will tell you that they grew beautifully in the snail, and I'm thinking that it's going to be super easy to transplant them. But first things first, a very important step. You always want to go through your bed and lightly hoe it, because you cannot see any weeds hardly right now because I weeded it the other day. But to get all the thread stage weeds before they turn into big weeds, you hear me pep talking myself? I'm trying to catch the problem before it becomes a problem. We'll see how long that lasts, but I'm really going to try this time, you guys. I know I say that every time, but I mean it this time. All right, we'll see how far that gets me. I have no idea how many it's going to make. Did you guys notice my new overalls, my new fit? It's potatoes. My mom went to an estate sale of a lady who liked to quilt. And I have no idea. This did not go with literally any of the fabric she had. But do you see this? First of all, it's Little Red Riding Hood, I think, which is super cute. Potatoes. There was no way that this potato fabric was not going to become a pair of overalls. So, what did I do today? Instead of doing literally anything that I had to do, I made potato overalls. Because sometimes you got to. I should be laying the drip tape before I plant. Am I doing it though? No. So hopefully I don't regret that decision. We shall see. I'm pulling up lots of worms though, so that's a good sign. Now here comes the fun part. You get to unroll the seed snail. So the benefit of growing like this is that all your roots, whoops, aren't supposed to fall out like that. But it can still be an example. All your roots are right here, and they're beautiful, and they're lovely, and they're just going down. And how I'm going to plant these is I made a trench, and I'm just going to kind of lay them in the trench, and then I'll cover them back up. Just like that. And try not to smash them all as I do it. I'm planting sugar snap peas. It's really one of my family's favorite spring foods. The kids will literally just run to the garden and eat pounds and pounds of snap peas. I don't really bother growing the shelling varieties because I don't really want to shell them, if I'm going to be honest with you. I like to eat the whole thing. I've never liked canned peas, like just peas. Ew. And I like all vegetables, so that takes a lot for me to say. Did I sew these overalls and immediately get them dirty? Yes, I did, because that's just how I roll. Look how beautiful these are, though. I haven't been making as many videos, and I don't want to use this platform as my diary, as some old folks on Facebook do, but, you know, sometimes you just don't feel like yourself, and I was stuck in a rut of probably it's just winter, and I do not fare well in winter. I need sunshine and warm weather, and I know it feels like I just keep saying that, but it's the truth, you know? Sometimes it be like that. So, but now I've got tasks upon tasks that I need to do because I've been putting it off because I haven't felt good in my brain space. And when you don't feel good in your brain space, it makes you not want to do it. But it's a new day, it's a new week, it's a new dawn. I'm here, we're here, it's fine. It's gonna get better. Mo! Not if my wiener dog stomps on all my plants first, though. This is actually a very enjoyable way of transplanting. I'm not gonna lie. Super easy to just roll them out. Especially on these peas because you can plant them so close together anyway. I don't really have to do anything but unravel the snail. And try not to snap my plants off like I just did.
Troubles at your door. Oh, come on, let's tell it time to go. Oh, if there's one thing that I know, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
This is my Italian dandelion that's still going. It revived itself after getting knocked back by a couple hard freezes. And so I don't really want to mess it up necessarily. Let me just scooch past you guys. And I'm just going to plant right beside you if you don't mind. I don't really know how well it's going to go. But I don't have the heart to rip them out, you know? Does anybody else think of their plants like they're people? Now, normally I don't really bother starting peas inside because they grow so easy, especially if you soak them the night before. Then all they have to do is sprout. But I did want to get some early, but this is why I don't ever start them ahead of time, because you think that you're going to be timely in your transplanting. And if you're anything like me, you're always behind. So, if these get transplant shock bad, I'll have to remind myself, just direct seed them. Because you're not good at being prompt. And the good thing about the seed snails is that you just roll them back up and then make more seed snails. Tomorrow, when I start more seeds. The girls are going to wonder why I'm here early. It's not milking time. It's not time yet, Mercy June. Honey's still out there, drinking out of a mud puddle. That's good. It's like you spend so much time making sure your animals have like fresh water and they drink out of mud puddles anyway. What can you do? Too close. We were really bad record keepers last year, and honey could be due anytime. And when she's standing out there holding her tail up like that, it's just a sign that the baby's getting closer. I am going to grab some straw out of the hayloft, or in our case, straw loft, to use as mulch. Now, if you're going to use straw as mulch, straw is normally very heavily sprayed because it's wheat, but my neighbor knows that we're organic and we don't use anything sprayed. So I know for a fact that it's not sprayed. Well, I don't know for a fact, but that's what he told me. So we bought in bulk at after he cut it early summer, and we still have some left over, which is marvelous because we're not going to use that much more in the barn. We're getting ready to kick everybody out whenever the grass really starts growing. And I have lots to put on my garden. But what I was going to say is you have to make sure, if you don't know where your straw came from, you have to make sure that it doesn't have pest or herbicide on it because it will kill everything in your garden. And I would hate to give you bad advice because you saw me do it. You just need to know how to ask the right questions. And I'm just going to throw this out the window and hope nothing gets crushed. Momo's not there. Okay. We should be good. That'll save me a lot of walking with that anyway. What y'all doing? Oh, your tail's not up. You must have just been going to the bathroom. Nibby 1 and Nibby 2. Her belly is looking so low, like down in here. That's a new addition. When are you going to have that baby, Miss Honey? Is it soon? Better get your minerals. I want to keep the life in my soil. The life in my soil wants to be protected, to be covered, to be sheltered. And the best way that I know how to do that is to mulch. And this year, I'm trying my best to get away from the plastic mulches. So I'm doing good old-fashioned organic mulches, what people have been doing for a century. But, Mo, you're not king of the straw bale. So, I'm going to put a nice thick layer on top of these plants. For one, the soil microbes, the biota, if you will. They want to be covered. Your soil also wants to be covered. If you don't cover her, she will find something to cover herself in. She's a modest lady. You've got to get off the straw bale. Of course, I don't have a knife. It's important to cover your soil. You will have healthier, happier plants. You will keep the life in your soil. It will continue to build soil because this is going to continue to break down for the life here of the plants. Yes, there is some weed seed in here, but a whole lot less than if I just left all of this exposed for, number one, more weed seeds to blow in, because you can't ever really get rid of weeds because they come in on the wind, and among other things. Also, weed seeds can be dormant in your soil for literal centuries, which is crazy to think about. But if you're wondering, like me, why weeds are always taking over your life, it's because they're just trying to live, you know? They're just like everyone else. They're just more annoying. Whenever you do mulch, for it to really do much of anything, it needs to be a nice thick layer. Now that I'm done mulching, I figured it'd be easier to plant through the mulch with the lettuce than have to like put it around it. But now I lost my shovel. I have this beautiful tray of lettuce that desperately wants to get out of here. Poor things. The wind really whipped them the other day because they've been hardening off on my front porch. So one of the reasons why I really, really love soil blocks is because of this. To plant them, you literally just pull them apart. It's beautiful. So much easier than plug trays. By planting these all together, number one, you're confusing the pests. So when you have monocropped rows upon rows upon rows of things, the pests are like, oh, thank you so much for the delicious buffet that you just provided for us. But when you're intercropping, so when you are planting all kinds of different things together, you're kind of confusing the pests, breaking up the cycle. So either one of these really have that many pests. I mean, peas don't really. And lettuce, aphids maybe. So because space in your garden is precious also, you can take advantage of one bed and growing several different crops at the same time in the bed if you just think about it a little bit first. So these peas are going to take up hardly zero room on the ground. They're going to grow vertically up this trellis. And I'm planting these on the east side. So these lettuces will get nice, beautiful morning sun through when the sun rises in the east, all up until about midday when it starts getting really hot anyway. And lettuce, well, and peas, but even more so lettuce, really does not like warm weather. It starts to bolt and get bitter and not taste very good and just kind of struggle through the heat. But by after midday, this lettuce bed will be shaded by the peas that grow up the trellis. And I'm hoping that I can have lettuce for a little bit longer because it's hard to grow it here in the summertime. And then when the peas are done, I can grow pole beans up this trellis and do the same exact thing. Maybe have a low growing, cool weather plant like lettuce or cilantro or dill or things that really don't like it when it's hot can grow along here, and then a climbing crop can grow up the trellis, and just use the plants to my advantage. Instead of letting the plants rule me, I'm taking charge this year, plants. I make the rules here. And as much as I don't want to be out here at nighttime, it's actually kind of nice because having a little bit of me time, all you stay-at-home / homeschool moms, you get me, there is no me time. Ever. But also, nighttime is the perfect time to do your transplanting so that your plants can get kind of settled in overnight in the cool of the night and then be ready to get going in the morning. You can transplant in the morning, and I do all of the time, but then your plants are a little more stressed because they have to deal with the heat of the day on their very first day. At least this way they can kind of get settled in. I am so ready for food, for real food, for my food. Grocery store food is just not the same at all, and I am dying for literally anything fresh. Anything. Beets, and I don't even really like beets. I would eat beets right now. If I could. This is a beautiful romaine type lettuce called Paris Island. I got the seeds from Baker Creek a couple years ago, and I just keep saving them when they go to seed. Because I don't have my drip line in yet. I'm gonna have to hand water. But I'm so ready for food, I don't even care. That feels nice. It just feels good to get work done. It feels good to have dirt on my hands and on my knees and anywhere else it has accumulated over the course of the day. But when you wear potato overalls, they're supposed to get dirty. It adds to the character. Like this outfit needed any more character, but that's what era of life I'm in, where I just want to wear fun stuff that I like. No one else has to like it. Plus, y'all, get that polyester off of your body. It's just all plastic. Here's my little TED talk before we go. If all you're drinking out of is plastic water bottles, if all you're wearing is like polyester, spandex, rayon, plastic clothes, and you're eating on plastic dishes, and your food came out of plastic bags, are you a human or are you a piece of plastic? I, for one, want to be a human for as long as possible. So if you too have just been not feeling like yourself and you're a little blue, a little bit like the world is ending, get ready for a smile, because sunshine is coming our way and warm temperatures and happiness. But I think I better get off here, go in and make dinner, because it's almost 8 o'clock, and that's what season we're in. We're eating dinner at 9 p.m. And you know what? I ain't mad about it. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time.